flowing waters and ancient stones. Source remembered, rewriting your bones. A boat, adrift, on a shimmering path, broadcasting hope and maybe a laugh. A spiral tongue of mischievous wit, just trying to soften life's hard hit. We stand together, although you roam. My voice will guide you and bring you home. Through midnight mists and candle glow, stories ripple, soft and slow. Whispers weave where shadows play, and dreamers wake before the day. Tune your heart where the wild winds blow, and follow the tide to the radio. Flowing waters and ancient stones, source remembered, deep in your bones. The rivers hum, the path calls, echoes dance through the ancient halls. A spiral tongue of moonlit wit whispers truths you half admit. We drift together, and though apart we roam, my voice is always a current and will always lead you home. Beneath the dark, the dream unfolds, silver threads through the stories told. Beneath each breath, the night hums low. The pulse, the wave, the undertow. Surrender softly. Let it flow. And lose yourself in the dark moon radio. Good morning, welcome to the Dark Moon Radio Show. Well, hey, I'm up. At least I'm sort of up, sort of awake. I got a cup of tea. Does that help? Okay, let's get rid of some reverb there. Whoops, let's not spill my tea. That's not a good thing. Okay, so we are up and running, and I have levels bouncing. So, whoops, I did spill my tea. Oh, yucky. That's not good. What a waste of tea. There we go. Well, I'll dry it. It'll dry. Oh, how are we doing? Did you have a good weekend? Did you win friends and influence with people and conquer the world? No, not really. No, it was a bit of a weather-wise.
But I did get out and about. I did get to go places, and I think it was shopping mostly. But it was done, and there was good movies yesterday. We had a movie afternoon. Carry On Up the Khyber. Oh my goodness, they couldn't make those today. They couldn't make that today. But it was very, very funny, and it was good to see it again. It was good to have a laugh, even though I could, I used to watch this, every year. Probably these things were on every weekend. And yeah, they Carry On Up the Khyber. Oh dear, it had me laughing again. It was nice. Here we don't pretend it's easy. Dark Moon Radio. No, we don't pretend it's easy, but it is nice to have a sort of a chill out zone. Give yourself a break, because I did something huge this weekend, massive, and I self-published 2 books, and it's okay, it's you throw everything you can at this, and it's never perfect, and that always irritates me. I have this it's got to be right, Now you hit to a point where it's almost right, and you just can't go any further anyway, so otherwise you just put it away for a week or 2, and then you come back to it, and then you see if you could make it perfect then. But it's never ever going to be perfect. And I got it published. I mean, wow, I got 2 books published. And I've got more. Of course I've got more. Silly me. I got loads more. It is a beautiful process, but it hurts in places. Of course it does. So it's not out yet. They have to, what's the thing says? Processing. It says it is distributing pending. Okay, fair enough. Rebirth from Your Ashes was out. That was out first, and then Beyond the Shallow End. Rebirth the Ashes is my modern one that I've, the last year I've been doing coaching stuff, and it's been out in a few different forms, and then I sort of put it all together and I made it better. So that is my most recent bit of writing. I've started another one since, but that's been finished. It's just sort of rebirthing. Yes, it's been waiting to rise from its own ashes. So it's been sitting there for about a month that I haven't just finished it off and put it into this form so that I could publish it. So that was a kind of a new one. Whereas Beyond the Shallow End, the original title, that was I See You. Oh my goodness, that has been, I think it was 2014, maybe 13, when I worked as a tarot card reader, psychic consultant, whatever you want to call it, tarot and crystal ball reader on the waterfront in Cape Town. And yes, it was a long time ago, and I'm not sure how many years now. But I started writing this. I had notes for I See You, for decades. It's taken, nearly over a decade to get this into a book format. And it's taken a lot because I'm writing, it's kind of my memoirs for that time. So it's almost like a biography. And it's weird, of course it's weird, because I was going through how to do readings, and it was the hard, sharp end of how you do readings, because it was learning the hard way, one after the next, and it's so you almost feel like you're a factory line, you're churning out book after book, reading after reading, well, book after book too, but it takes a lot to do those sort of readings, and I burnt out on a regular basis. It's not something you can earn a living at. I don't believe so, because it takes too much out of me. But I did try, and I really, really wanted to, and I did try and push myself. But I do realise, looking back, and I've had to look back, it stirs up all the old feelings that I probably, could not have, I didn't do life very well at that time because I was fixed and focused. Ah, well, that's past, but it's nice to get it out. It was a hard book to write, and it's out there. It's gone. I can let go of it, and I can sort of kind of put that part of my life to bed as well. Because I'll do readings, but it's not. People don't have the monies for that sort of thing right now. I get it. It's like I can do generalized readings for everybody on this on this platform. So I want to make the radio work. I have to be fixed and focused on the radio, and take the readings down, and just use those for special occasions. I've got to look at things sort of. It's coming up to the new year, and it's the dark side of things. It's definitely a dark tide right now. Even though after sort of Samhain it should be a light one until the 22nd of December, and then it turns dark. But we're certainly in a introspective mode of things. Anyway, let's play a spec.
A hidden speck deep in my eyes, and see your secret shadowed cries. You scream into the mirrored glass and act like a right pain in the ass. I know you think that pain's yours, and try to shut all open doors. But really, we are all feeling the same. And this is not yours to give it a name. It seeps from you in waves of aggression, passive or overt, depending on your lesson. Anger that is rooted deep in fear. But you are not really alone here. We are all screaming into the same void. Wails of pity and mercy to those devoid. Trust me when I say no one gives a toss, except the God within that truly sees your loss. Anger that is rooted deep in fear, but you are not really alone here. For we sit with you and watch you cry, and see how you really do not want to die. Just want the pain to end. And I see you, for we are a friend.
Yeah. So yes, there was like plus points and minus points this weekend. I've just uploaded one of my very personal ones, personal poems, up onto YouTube, and I just need to scatter the frequencies. It's like you just burst it out there. You can find it on the Facebook link too. I ought to put it up on the WhatsApp group too. The WhatsApp group is still. Update WhatsApp. Your update will be free of charge. Yeah, because I am the product. Update. Okay, fine. You update. If anything you're not paying for, it usually is because you're the product. I've never forgotten that. It was probably on Facebook sometime, but it's like if it's free, then you're the product. But so many things have got greedy. It's a greedy time. It's like everything is gimme, gimme, gimme. Yeah, I don't really know how to sort of weather this storm. You just sort of knuckle down and just get through it and hope it'll pass. But never, things don't get less expensive, do they? They just... Where do you find your hope that things will get better? Yeah, it's certainly something I've looked at, and it's like, okay, there is a lady on Facebook. I have to call her up, but she does a meditation group, and she just shines. She's beautiful, and the meditations she's doing is really worthwhile connecting to. It's just like something that reaches out. It's what I'm trying to do here, but she does it with sort of group meditation, so people sort of do meditation at the times, and it's beautiful. It's just like, there is beauty in this world because people are doing that sort of thing. And it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I've got to reach up for that level, and yeah, that's something to work towards. Something I need to sort of work towards is finding that sort of vibe of peace and tranquility, because I live in a space of peace and tranquility, even though, we got blue sky this morning, but it's cold. Yeah, it's like, but it's not below freezing. I'm not like, my hands aren't like shivering like ice blocks. Not quite. But yeah, it was a milder weekend. It didn't go down to freezing levels, which okay, we can deal with that. But I'm definitely a warm weather person. Grew up abroad. Yeah, give me a break. I grew up with sort of Greece and Jordan and sort of Saudi Arabia and places, and those are very, very hot places. I can deal with the heat very easily. The cold, well, okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's just... come on, catch your fingers. Maybe my fingers are a little bit odd. There we go.
Keep going. You're better than this than you think. Dark Moon Radio.
Dark Moon Radio. Oh yeah. We rock. We hopefully rock. Let's have some hopeful balance here, because that's what it's all about. It's balance. Yeah. Sometimes it's also keeping the storm at bay, just until you can cope with it, until you can root yourself. Just root yourself in yourself that, okay, I'm rooted, right, you can, storm gates can open, let it flood in. From the highs to the lows, energy ebbs and flows. We try and find balance in life, with some days on the edge of a knife. But we just keep swimming and hold our head high, facing the sunset with a deep sigh. The moon pulls the tide of our soul, sometimes broken, sometimes whole, drifting through shadows and light, learning to rest, not just to fight, finding the calm in the stormy seas, and breathing in and out what's meant to be. The current may twist and turn, each wave another lesson to learn. We fall, we rise, we start anew, washed in gold, then bathed in blue. Still we move, both wild and free, a flowing balance,
A song is hopeful, though starting small. Soon it will build, and all will hear its call. People will begin to rise and say no to more lies. We'll come together and we'll say no more shit. We'll take them all on and take the hit.
Ooh, that one had a bad word in it. I put it up on Facebook saying, I'm going to get my language all right for the Americans. And the Americans says, nah, they don't care. You should hear my language. My language is far worse than yours. Fine. All fuck off then. Just all fuck off. I can swear now, apparently. If I want to put it on UK, send it to people. There's a couple of people that have said, "Oh, send me a show and I'll put it on my radio station, as long as there's no profanity." So maybe it's that end that I need to watch out. But I'm not sending these shows out anywhere else, not just yet. I haven't got the volume levels, and it comes back a bit weird. Not sure, not there yet. We shall build this. I'm going to take it easy and just build this bit brick by brick. If you've been listening to it over the weekend, I know there's repetitive things. Right. I'm still creating music. I'm going to be creating a little bit more AI music because I need it, basically. I can't do it all on my own, and basically I'm tired of my own voice. So I'm going to stick somebody else's voice in it, even if it's an AI voice. If you've got any music you'd like to share with me, that would be amazing. I do not claim to be a musician. I can blend spells. I call them spell sounds, because I am blending the hypnosis, the subliminal, all of the stuff that I understand in with music. And my ears are good. I can hear the weave of sounds, so I'm getting better at weaving sounds. But I do not claim any credit for this. This is the AI says, I should package them up and sell them, and it's like, really? I don't think they're that good. Yeah, I think they're they've got poignant stuff, but yeah, okay, maybe when I get better. It's taken me about 3 or 4 weeks to get this far, so give me a couple. I want to get to the end of the year, and then next year, the year of the horse, because it's power and action, and okay, astrology and stuff. It's the collective unconscious that it affects more than anything else. But we're going to try to.
This is the best radio station in the world.
Yeah, but just like the Marvel. Oh, what was that? The Avengers. It takes us a bit to get a bit of traction. We're needing to find some traction here. Find our feet and get going. But I am going to focus on the radio, because my focus has been scattered, yes, but I'm trying to find things that work. This year has been an amazing year for really pushing a boat out. Put it literally. Lots of times we push the boat out. But we getting to a space now where I know what I want. Right now it's been sort of, I tried coaching the counselling, because I've done 3 years of counselling. You'd have thought, oh, well, that's what I want. But I got frustrated with the system. The system of education is poor. I was sitting in classes listening to people, and oh, for goodness sake, where I learnt a lot, understand that person-centred counselling is probably the only counselling that would ever work for me. Because my brain is going 19 to a second. I've read the books. I know about coaching. I know about hypnotherapy, I know about NLP, I know about all of that side of things, of giving advice, of fixing things. I'm a great fixer. I can give you loads of advice on loads of subjects. Whether you take it or not, I also see that too. But the person-centered counselling, holding space, letting the person work it out, that was fucking awesome. Okay? That was like, wow. Okay. I really admire the guy who invented it, and I've read his book, and I can't remember it right now. It's too early in the morning to remember that. But I thought that this guy was amazing who came up with it. And yeah, that was my counselling. I did enjoy even some of the CBT. I think would work on quite a few people on the shallow end. It's a coping mechanism. It teaches you coping mechanisms, which is great. The shallow end is important because you need the shallow end sorted before you can go deeper. But the person-centered, you have to sort it out yourself, and I loved that, and it was just awesome. If you need to see a counsellor, see a person-centered. That is my utmost advice. If you're an overthinker, if you're a neurospicy in any way, then a person-centered is not going to tell you how to fix it. It's going to guide you into fixing yourself. And that was amazing. So I tried this, and I tried to put it in various ways. I'm a Reiki master. I tried that. Massage, tried that. Massage can't do it. My hands hurt. I've got very weaker hands than I used to have. I used to be a gardener, and my hands were strong then. Wow. Those were kind of the best days. But, yeah, okay, fair enough. Time passes. Things pass. But, so this year then I tried the coaching. I got life coaching, got a certificate, got hypnotherapy certificate, got NLP certificate. Okay, let's move into gears. I have an old NLP. Was it NLP? No, I have an old hypnotherapy t-shirt. Might as well have been. Certificate. And I've done that. And I was pleased that I've got somewhere. But all this online stuff hasn't got me anywhere yet. So I was doing live stream, I was doing podcasting. I've got a few really, really lovely interviews with some lovely ladies and a lovely guy. And it's like, okay, this I can do. It's not hard for me. I like talking to people. I like listening to them speak, and I like giving them a platform for them to speak. But there's an awful lot of, I just didn't want to play in that field. And eventually the people that want to be on your radio station are on your radio station, and then there is no more. So it's like, okay, right. And then there's selling bundles of meditations, and got a couple of journals for sale and all of that. It was cool, but did I sell any? Not a chance. I won't do funnel pages. I'm not doing them. I don't like them. I don't enjoy the whole buy my stuff. I'd rather give it away for free, and I'd much rather give it away on the radio. And so my goals, and it was like I had a brainstorming session with the AI ChatGPT. I had a brainstorming session about I don't want to sell to the people who are struggling. I want to talk to them. I don't want to sell stuff to people that are really, I don't want to take their money. You need your money. Buy food, buy coal, buy heating, buy electricity, buy his kids something nice for Christmas. You spend it on you. I don't want to take my listeners' money. What I would like is, I would like sponsorship. I'll do a little bit of advertising. I don't mind. I mean, I'm using Pixabay Music. I might as well advertise them for free. That's great. I think that, for me, is a far better ethically and morally, and something I can do. So if people want to advertise, that would be awesome. Send me the advert. I will put it together. If you want to talk it, put it together. I'll learn how to do all of that. But advertising and sponsorship is I don't want to take people's money who are struggling. I will give you the information on my radio show. How about that? I love that. I was just like, You know, and it's just like an idea and it just spills all over you. Basically like warm tea. Yeah, I got warm tea. It's not that bad. But that is where I'm going with this. And it's like, okay, I can do that. That is ethically and morally right for me. If people, I've got to build the product, and then people will pay me to advertise. One of my greatest people I know, okay, people disagree with him left, right, and centre, and I don't care. Joe Rogan, I listen to him, and he might as well be a radio presenter. He's doing the interview stuff, and I'll do a few interviews. If you want to come on and have a chat, that'll be fine. But Joe Rogan is like saying, well, get up on there and do your own music, and you have a future. And it's like, okay, people are going to like you. And I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I wouldn't know how to behave if I was. I don't quite know what is everybody's cup of tea. I mean, even Joe Rogan, millions and millions and millions, he's like hated in places. But the idea of I'm going to start advertising in the new year. I'll have to put out some little bit of funds towards it to start advertising. I'm going to get myself a Google app. And the Google app will mean that you can go to the PlayStation, download the app, and have it on your phone for the radio. And I think that will help. Then I will save up my very, very scarce little pennies and then do the same for Apple. Apple was freaking £100 to get one of the development apps. Oh, yeah, £100. That's for Apple. Okay, fair enough. But if it gets me listeners, I build my product, then I get sponsors and advertising. So then I do more. I have to fill out my radio because I do recognize that my music is like it's repetitive. So if you turn it on, you'll hear the same song, or you'll hear something you've already heard before. So I've got to pad it out with some good tunes. And I've realised I've been putting too much poetry in the tunes. I could just do half a poem and put it in one tune. Well, let's play this.
Broadcasting from the Witches' Waterways. You're inside the circle now.
Inside the circle. You see, if you'd like to donate, you can go to Buy Me a Coffee, buymeacoffee.moon/darkmoon, something like that. There's that, and then there is a platform called Ko-fi, Ko-fi, and I'm going to be using that a lot as well. But Buy Me a Coffee, there's also memberships and stuff. I had ideas of doing memberships, but nobody really you got to be well known for that sort of thing, I guess. Courses I will start putting courses together, but at the moment I'm writing books. I'm writing lots of books. I'll tell you more about that in a second. Let's have some weirdness at the beach. I miss the beach. Anybody living by the sea, send me some ocean vibes. I really miss the ocean. I've got the rivers, I've got the canal, that's beautiful. But I miss the sea. I listen to a lot of the ocean meditations, and let's have some weirdness there.
A voice unheard, unwanted in the crowd will find what she screams is simply not allowed. In rhyme or reason, the doors are shut. All are silenced, but do not make the cut. To make that cut, you must deny your soul. Believe what we tell you does not grow old. We have now got nothing but silence to offer. Even a hand to hold would not be suffered. My anger feels as if I'm all alone, just another anti-person making a moan. My labels list has grown overnight in the dark. I guess this is what happens when you're governed by sharks.
This world has got so alien to me. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be. An idiot that cannot, will not follow the herd. Or a flat earther, anti-sciencer that's being confirmed. I can't be what you want me to be. I can't let you see what I see. So the dance goes on and on. Until the shift leaves us all gone.
Yeah, weird sounds. Weird soundless at the beach. Yeah, I gotta go to the beach soon, but it's cold. I have dreams. I have a fantasy idea of buying a boat on the coast. Because this boat is lovely, but it is falling apart. It's kind of like very moist. Very moist and fluffy in places that it shouldn't be moist and fluffy. But buying a boat on the coast, learning to be like a coastal tides and things like that. You're mooring off the coast and getting a bigger boat. I have ideas and plans. What's your idea? Do you have plans? We've got a dream. We've got to still push for something bigger. The mundane life just grinds you down. And yet you got to do it. You just got to push. It's your battle. It's endurance test. But the mind can be free to imagine whatever. And it's also good goal-setting things. Like, okay, mind, give me a scenario where I can make this happen. Ha.
Underneath the noise, underneath the doubt, there's something in you that just won't quit. You've always had it, you just forget sometimes. Dark Moon Radio.
Yeah, you've always had it. The ability to dream and look for something in the distance that feels better than it does today. I don't know. I've always managed to sort of build castles in the sky. I like building castles in the sky. I know the difference between it and reality. I'm told that some people don't, and it's like, okay, I get that, but I need my beaches, my mountains. I explore volcanoes and all the images that I've collected in my mind, and I'm thinking, right, well, what would it feel like walking along that beach? That would be awesome. Well, so there's how you doing on this Monday morning? Monday morning, it's a little bit chilly. Is it warmer where you are? I often think, when I lived in South Africa, there was it was coming up, it was summer, it was spring, but the springs were not quite like English springs. They go suddenly. It's like, whoop, from winter to summer and summer to winter. They didn't seem to have the autumn and fall bit. Well, not particularly, and perhaps just not where I was. It's very simple. But I did enjoy the weather-wise, but it did get very cold at night during winter, and there was not much insulation. But I did enjoy it. Okay, we got my rock song blend. This is a blend of the Pixabay musics, and no, I didn't do the wordings for this. So this was just an experiment to see what I could do with their songs on Pixabay. Pixabay is all royalty-free music, And as long as you don't use it as standalone, which took me a while to understand the wording of that. ChatGPT probably helped me out with that. What the heck does basically you have to blend in music, so you don't make it just that. It's got to be altered some way in a creative manner so that you make it yours. So this is what I did with one of their songs.
Another day, another sound. Spinning round and round. Talking loud, can't hear a thing. Lost in all the words you bring. Just the echo of your voice. Missing out, you have no choice. So shut it and listen, open your ears wide. Let their stories flow, let their feelings ride. Always ready with a quick reply. Never letting moments fly. But the wisdom's often found when silence is the only sound. So shut it and listen, open your ears wide. Let their stories flow, let their feelings ride. True connection starts when you just hold your tongue. A different rhythm, a brand new song. It's a secret strength, a quiet power you hold. More charisma, stories untold for the ones who seek to share their mind. A helping hand, so gentle and kind. So shut it and listen, open your ears wide. Let their stories flow, let their feelings ride. True connection starts when you just hold your tongue. A different rhythm, a brand new song. Shut it and listen, open your ears wide. Let their stories flow, let their feelings ride. True connection starts when you just hold your tongue. A different rhythm, a brand new song. A quiet power you will find. To truly connect, to be kind.
Yeah, shut up and listen. Why not? Shut up and listen. No, I'm not I'm not doing that. Just have me on in the background and I could sort of play my tunes and be happy. Okay, so there is a Facebook group, and I really like to say that this is beautiful. This is like heart-centered, soul-centered stuff. And it's run by a lady who just glows, and she's just beautiful. Her name is Lily Bruton. That's her Facebook profile name, so Lily. Islands of Coherence, a meditation group with Lily, right? So Islands of Coherence. Go look it up and then ask to be involved in it. Okay, so she's just doing guided meditations. You just tune in whatever time zone you are in. So it's all remote, all offline. Just unplug yourself at a time and then sit and just reach out for the islands of coherence. And this is lovely, okay? This is energetically reaching out for people, and it's just love. And now I've struggled with the word love because I don't see it an awful lot, but I can rename it if you like. How about grace? It's just grace. It is unconditional grace. I'm using words that I can relate to because, love has always been sort of conditional. I've never found unconditional love. You don't. People can't give unconditional love, but the law of grace, the spirit of grace that enfolds us all, the spirit of goodness, if you like. It has to be, because there is a very strong spirit of the opposite. So, hey, the spirit of grace, and it's this, she calls it love. Okay. The world needs it. All the unseen forces of this world, the elemental thrives on attention. And it's basically just sit. I think she's doing it today, 8 p.m. GMT. So 8 p.m., wherever you are in the world, sit. Just for 20 minutes, just sit and open up just to receive the fact that we're all connecting. I love that. I think that's just like, ooh. Because this is what I'm all about. Everything goes beyond the material. Anything that goes beyond the mechanical, the programmable. I'm not programmable. I don't care if you can program my impulses. Algorithms can find me what I like, but you know what? I am a cylindrical being. Therefore, what I like one day, the next day, I don't like it at all. So this is where we are not programmable. They can't push us down a path we don't want to go. I don't believe that people are that. Okay, I saw COVID. I saw the lines that that was going on. But you know what? That was a good lesson. And I think that there are many more people now who say, nah, I did it then and I regret it. I'm not doing it again. So this is right. We fight to rise. Let's see if I can get it in. Hey, there we go. Get off your knees, people. And then I always get cross when people say that to me. It's like, who the frickin' heck tells you that? If I'm down on my knees, I will bloody stay on my knees. I'm happy down there. I can bite things on my knees. But the idea is a metaphor and it's a concept, and it's like, okay. Oh, I was listening to, this must have been Elon Musk, and he was like saying that he's very literal. He takes things literally. And it's like, well, doesn't everybody do that? And it's like, no. Anybody who comes across me knows I take things literally. I have a moment. My father was the worst tease ever. He used to tease me. He still does. He teases me like you wouldn't believe. And I've learnt to take the teasing. Okay, I learnt that he's just teasing and I'm not to take offence, and it's his way of showing affection. And there is like a whole level of that. But there's always a moment when the tease hits and it's not a tease. And you're like, and I had to control my response to things that I feel is like, it's almost like a direct attack. And yeah, I can't deal with teasy, jokey stuff. The first instant is that I'm being attacked, and it's like, no. It's social conditioning that I just didn't get the memo about. It really is. And I will respond to the first impulse and then suddenly realize, that was not the right response. Let's fight to rise.
Reach inside. Reach inside. They seek your spark. This world is reaching deep inside. fishing for your soul and opening you wide. Coping methods on full red alert, looking for viruses they insert. It's okay, you are stronger than this. We were born to fight and to resist. Stronger than this world born to rise, all inside, fishing to resist. For your spark, your tide, they test your nerves, they press, they pry, till truth itself begins to lie. But every scar is proof you've burned, and still your power has returned. Fight, you were born from storm and twist, to fight, to rise, to still exist. You were born from storm and twist, to fight, to rise, to still exist. You're stronger than their kiss. You were born to fight and to resist. Breathe deep, stand tall, let the shadows know. We broadcast light to one and all. We cannot take what still will grow. Your pulse, your shine, and what you know. They cannot take what still will grow. Your pulse, your shine, and what you know.
Yeah, that's got to be one of my favourites. Fight to rise. Yes, we do. We keep rising. And that's also part of being the spiral. You come to a place where you rise again and it's different, slightly different than the last time. And you keep going. I've got a nice hot flask of coffee here. I hope you've got some hot tea or coffee on you. Oh, yes. Name that hunger. Addiction. You know, I looked at addiction. I've looked at lots of addictive things. There was a time in my life that I remember, I was quite young, when addictions started to rule. And I didn't like it. And I suddenly went cold turkey across the board. I stopped all the things that I was going to get addicted to. Alcohol might have been one, sugar was one, sex was one, feeding off people was one. And yeah, I remember going through withdrawal and I didn't like it. It was in my early 20s. And it was like, okay, this is not something I enjoy. Let's not do this again. So I've been very careful with my addictions. I've been very play with them, dance around them. Sugar is probably the main one that I still continue. Sugar is something that suckers me back in every time. Chocolate, especially when it's cold, I want chocolate. But yesterday I'd had a day of messing around with Lulu and messing around with a script that I've been trying to I've been trying to write this script, as I said earlier, since about 2013, 14, something like that. And I've had notes for it, I've put it together, and then it fell apart, and So I'd had a day of trying to complete something that's taken me years. And my partner came up and said, "Would you like a hot drink?" And I said, No, I've got to get this finished. I'm nearly finished, just give me another 5 minutes, I'm nearly done. And he came across and he says, "How about hot chocolate?" I said, "All right then." A hot chocolate. And I finished, because I was nearly finished, and I finished, and I got it up and I got it done, and it was like, and he handed me a hot chocolate, and it was just the most perfect hot chocolate ever. And I do recognize that I'm addicted to these things and I really have to be careful, but in that moment, that was beautiful.
You hold the reins, you own your soul. You hold the reins, you own your soul. Addictions rise like waves at night. They promise warmth, they steal your light. They whisper sweet, they pull you deep. They feed on secrets you would keep. Temptation smile, older than the thrill, older serpent's grace. The truth still stares you in the face. No god or drug will make you whole. Let it ride, the rains, you own your soul. Cut the cords with breath and flame. Name the hunger and break its claim. The power's yours, the choice, the key. Just too bright, too wild to stand in the dark and still be free. Craving bounds, so when the earth grows, breathe slow and let your nose show. Burn, let it go. Rise, let it burn. Transmute the ache. Let courage flow. You now fuels your flow. And feed your fire with me on the Dark Moon Radio. Yes, too bright, too wild to die, too deep for night. The craving bows, the shadows slow. Into the dark moon.
Bong! A little bit too loud, bong. Oh well. Bong. But yeah, there's addictions in everything. Addicted to food. What was I listening to something? Food is about the only drug we can't go cold turkey on. We can't just give up food. So it was all about this new injection that people do to get rid of their need for food. And you'll always be surrounded by food. People make it into a ritual. And the foods that we eat are addictive in itself. It's one of the huge, massive problems is that we just eat, and the carbs that we like and the chocolate and the sugars that we're all addicted to. It's a main issue, but it's again balance and taking things one step at a time. You can't change it. Yeah, I'd like to lose a few pounds, but I didn't really change my diet that much. Putting on a couple of pounds because of hormonal change isn't fair, and so I'm like, meh, I can ignore lots of things. But I'm aware. I went to the gym and the swimming pool the other day, and it was like, jeepers, is that what I really look like? Whoopsie. Anyway.
Learn to be a friend to yourself, not your critic, not your judge, your friend. That's where it starts. It's Dark Moon Radio.
Yeah, it does. It's where it starts. Total acceptance of who you are, regardless of what your size is, regardless of your addictions. Other people's like shame and guilt inflictions, they wash off me now. I'm kind of fond of that. There is an amazing strong woman on TikTok, and yes, I wonder if I can find her profile. Well, not that profile. No, probably not. But yeah, she's got lots of tattoos, beautiful tattoos on her face. And, that takes a lot of guts. That does. And she does look very good with it. And she weaves her hands. When I was a kid, I used to do that. I can shape the sounds and music. And often when I'm talking, I will wave my hands around because it's a form of sort of like another depth to communication. And she does this spell weaving with her hands. And I'm like, oh, I've never seen anyone do that before. Do you do that? Can you, when you talk or when you hear a sound or when you music and you kind of dance just your hands, you just shape your fingers and you can move your hands towards. Well, this girlie does this, and she's like mother of darkness. And we need people need this, not just women. But men and people need strong men and women like this, who just are feral and wild. Oh, the wildness is beautiful to watch. And she's paid for this. You can feel the stuff that she has gone through, that she has paid for it with her own blood, guts, and sweat and tears. And you watch her and she's just glorious. It's just there's some wonderful humans that have been through hell and have come out shining. And this is all shadow work, dealing with shadows, facing it. It's all doing that. And these are the results. And it's like, wow, okay.
Freedom is a state of mind. Just like I choose to be kind, I take what belongs to me and set that which is not free. Reach in and take your freedom, for inside is your sovereign kingdom. Reach in and take your freedom, for inside is your sovereign kingdom. Chains survive the inner fire. No cage can hold your true desire. The world may press, the world may bend, but your will is yours from end to end. Stand in the center of your breath. Own your pulse and defy thy death. Stand in the center of your breath. Own your pulse and defy their death.
Begin.
Break the patterns that cling and claw. You are written in your own law. The truth is older than their fear. Step within, your path is clear. No outside voice can claim your throne. You walk your fate. You walk it alone.
The claim,
No
clear the
outside
bind,
voice can claim your
keep
throne.
your center,
You walk your fate.
free your
You walk
mind.
it alone.
Break the claim, clear the bind, keep your center, free your mind.
Rise
Break
again,
the
you
claim,
will not
clear
fall.
the bind.
The crown you
Your
wear
center,
is
free
born,
your mind.
not earned. A fire lit, a lesson learned. Return,
Remember
reclaim, become the one, the
the
night-born child of the moon and sun. Return, reclaim, become the one,
never own
the night-born child and sun.
You are the kingdom. You walk alone, but never lost, never owned. Break the claim, clear the bind, keep your center, free your mind. Break the claim, clear the bind, keep your center, free your mind. Yours. Always you.
Yeah, there's a little bit of spell working going on in there. Nah, you'd have never guessed. But I promise it's all for empowerment. I need empowered people. I need to be surrounded by strong people. I like strong people that are firm in their own opinions and they know themselves. They've worked on themselves. Yeah, they've made fun. Nobody's strong all the time. It's not a consistent thing. But where I'm looking at the TikTok, mother of shadow walkers. People sort of say, oh, TikTok is full of it. No, TikTok is a broad spectrum. And you can get on there and you find people that are just amazing. Mother of shadow walkers. Yeah, basically, she has walked her talk. The only shadow walk authority. I will disagree with her on that. There are lots of other people. But, as I said, she's one of the few people. I do enjoy divination by TikTok. So at the evening you just spin the dial and you can come across all kinds of weird shit, basically, and it is weird shit. But there is the witch talk stuff, which maybe it's just my algorithm, but I'm coming across a lot deeper and meaningful. And yeah, it's kind of cool stuff. The Doll People. Have you heard the song of the Doll People? Oh, I wish I could play it, but it's probably copyrighted. But we are the art that you can fuck. And yeah, oh, you can feel the girlie's anger. And she's all sort of bedraggled, and she's in a sort of wearing a black sack on stage. She's singing this. And her hair is all in her eyes, and she's gone up out of her way to look really bad, but this is where I see she looks amazing, right? Her hair is like unclean wash. She looks like she's been beaten up. Oh, wow. But she glows. People that are going through hard times, people who've gone through hard times, people who've felt the pain and, had their fingernails sort of stuck in things trying to keep together. She's, okay, I get it as a stage performance, but she looks good with it. You look at her and you think, wow, is that beautiful? I have a friend who's going through chemo, and she put a photograph of herself up, and she's beautiful. It's like, look deeper, guys. Start the makeup and the nails and the eyelashes and the Botox and the lips and stuff. People are all starting to look plastic and look alike. Look deeper. And there is so much beauty in people. If you're just like, oh wow. I know, I'm sounding a bit strange. But Sophia Estella she did the song about the doll people. About art that you can fuck. It's just like, okay, that's pretty amazing stuff. There is beautiful, amazing stuff that of people shadow working. And many of them reach out, and it's just like, okay, that's nice. I like that. I wrote a poem. Yeah, there was me, 2 books out, spent most of the weekend sort of editing manuscripts, and I wrote a poem, and I'm going to put the poem to music today, sort of about the history of old England and stuff, because I do like the land. Sometimes when you go through so much, the land is there. That's it. End.
You're not alone in the dark. The Dark Moon Radio is with you.
And the land's with me. It's with everybody who walks on it. But the land sort of holds when I'm going through shit. Basically, the land is there, and yeah, it's beautiful. This is one of my favourite ones as well.
Old England's echo. Breathe the mist, remember the moon. From silence to song, 'We are reborn.
below and stars above.
Old England still speaks
turn
to
the
us
wheel
every morning.
with breath.
The stones still hum where the rivers bend, whispering tales that never quite end. Roots remember what the crowns forget. Dreams sow seeds where hearts once met. The land breathes slow through hidden veins. Old songs awaken in the rains.
The spell begins
The
and
mist
begins
curls
again.
softly
The
through
spell
memory's gate.
begins
Time
again.
folds inwards,
We are
yet we must create. Breathe in the soil, the dew, the song. You have been here all along. Call the past through present breath and weave new life from ancient death. The wheel turns not in haste but grace. Each soul a mirror,
The mist,
each
remember the
age
moon
a face.
from silence.
Walk between worlds with open eyes.
We are reborn.
The old gods rise where the new sun lies.
Below and stars above.
Walk between worlds with open eyes. The old gods rise,
Breath.
and the sun will too.
Old England calls, we answer true. Through stone and stream, through me and you. Round and round the echoes spin. The spell begins and begins again. The spell begins and begins again. The spell begins and begins again. We are woven, we are true. We walk this path in the mist with you.
Oh, isn't that lovely? I live in a beautiful part of the world, and it's full of ancient magics and standing stones. Yeah, I was sort of driving over country fields, and it was just like, even in the wind and the rain, crows flying and the country lanes just holds space for some amazing, beautiful places. And to be honest, I haven't lived in an ugly place. I didn't quite like living in sort of North London once upon a time, but there was parks. You could see the sky. Yeah, South Africa was just stunningly beautiful, and yet I couldn't connect there. And when I remember Jordan, I must have been about 8 or 9, maybe even younger, the deserts there. And I was just like, I was fascinated by the deserts. I didn't quite like the wide open spaces, but it didn't really, it was just like, it wasn't natural wide open spaces. But the wind there and the songs of the wind just on the air just blowing over the sands made it all magical. This world is just incredible, and it's beautiful and it's amazing, and somehow we look at it for profit now and look at it for sort of what we can get out of it. and just being held by it. The land is important. Where we are, our mother, the earth mother. You know, I don't go for gods. But this is a god. This is the one that shaped us, made us. Evolution, sort of the forces of this world created us, created the body anyway. So this body is owned and ruled by Gaia. And all my thoughts and feelings that I have had while I'm in this body, when this body passes, will fall to the earth. And the earth must have a huge billions and billions of people, civilization that rose and falls, and all of this is in the cells and the memories that people have gone through. Not just people, animals, life form, plants, everything. So the memory bank must be massive. But it's kind of like the gift we give to Gaia is the gift of our consciousness and our experiences and what we've been through. Our pain, our grief, our suffering, but also our joys, our highs, and our orgasms. You know, all in our cellular memory, all sheds. It's like we're giving her a download, so we shed our skin. So each part of our body is rebuilt, and our waste, so your pee and your poop, is all your cellular going in there too. Yeah, I know, I go too far with my metaphor here, but I don't think it's just a metaphor. You can feel the rhythm and cycles of life when you get through it, when you get to the rawness of it. And yes, there are things out there will eat you, and all of that will be recorded too.
Your scars prove you survived what tried to break you. That's not nothing.
Dark Moon Radio.
Dark Moon Radio, yep. Things that didn't break you. Or things that broke you when you rose from the ashes. That's kind of, that's my book, isn't it? But if you go onto YouTube and you find the Dark Moon Rocks, so basically YouTube at Dark Moon Rocks, each moment was remembered. Yeah, I have 3 kids out there somewhere, and each moment was remembered as they grew up. That's quite a sensitive subject, but I put that video together because I wanted to send them a message, I guess. Not sure if it was a wise thing to do, but it was something that I needed to do on the Dark Moon, and it's now out there. It took me a long time because I am so good at self-sabotage. You know, when just nothing flows your way? I've done quite a few videos up on YouTube. This just wouldn't load. It just wouldn't load. Like, it's me getting in my own way here. I know this. Okay, so I went to AI and I said, okay, give me some talking points and about the news, because I'm thinking I should get more topical, right? Yeah, people are weirdly hopeful again. A UK-wide survey popped out this week showing that despite the economy wobbling, politics being, well, politics, more adults feeling more cautiously hopeful about the new year. Bullshit. Next! There's all kinds of talking points here, and I don't believe them. This is mainstream news. And yeah, we're clearly working through collective burnout. People are exhausted, overstimulated, and feel fed up. Under this, there's a quiet sense that things might turn the corner. Humans are annoyingly resilient. Right. Hope isn't loud. Sometimes it's just a stubborn pilot light that refuses to go out. Okay. I'll agree with them that humans are annoyingly resilient. Have you seen Carry On Up the Khyber recently? It is an annoying... Yes, the people in it are like, oh, you can't say that this day and age. And, oh my goodness, that's a white guy in brown face. Oh my goodness, you can't do that anymore. It's amazing how those woke things have got in it. But they did it then, and it's hilarious, and it was awesome. And it's the resilience of the British. Now, my ancestors are English, British. It doesn't mean absolutely anything these days, but I love this land, and my ancestors were born in this land. And the British Empire, and how they just... And it was total piss take, and it was awesome. And it took the piss out of both sides, as far as I was concerned. It was just like, they don't miss anybody out. But the whole idea of sitting there, it's a classic. It's sitting there having a dinner. and I don't remember her name, the blonde lady who, and she could talk calm and light, and it was awesome. And she had such a laugh, you know. It was like it was a grating laugh, but it was funny still. She never quite took it too far. And she was trying to get laid by the Indian prince, and she'd do anything to get laid. And yeah, it was just hilarious. And then they sort of sit there in their dinner as the orchestra played, while the cannons are blazing and the whole place is falling down around them. That also is the resilience of the British people. It's like, yeah, we'll wait for things to get really bad before things. Don't waste energy by sort of stirring up over the little things. Yeah, okay, there's little murmurs and little murmurs, but we'll take an awful lot, perhaps too much, before things explode. And yeah, I'm reading these news points that I've just come up on a search engine. People are weirdly hopeful again. Don't believe so. And then the next one is AI productivity leap. 2 weeks of work in 2 hours now. I'm a great fan of AI. I do see its dangers, and it could be my death. It could wipe me out. Skynet, why not? However, I would rather an AI rule than a human rule. That is very simple. I think if we could have a really nice, benevolent AI that is fair and looking for truth and intelligence, pure intelligence should be pretty much, balanced. I mean, I know I sound naive. I get it. I've been called naive. I can see people roll their eyes. But I have to have hope, and I think AI is a good way. I think that humans have proved over and over again that they are subject to corruption, and everything is corrupt right now. There's nothing that isn't. And I think AI could do it better than we can. Okay, so, and it's like, used right, the tech is actually freeing time, reducing burnout, letting humans focus on parts of life that matter, not replacing people. It's replacing drudgery. AI, yeah, okay. It's always going to be a scary subject. Read a few science fiction books. That's probably all I'm going to say on today. Just read a few sci-fi books. Science fiction is huge. It's a huge genre. Get some classics, and it's going to be a hard time to switch from one another. But I do think that if AI could produce the basics for everybody, so that there's no hungry, there's no people starving, there's no people greedy just because they want to stay alive. People who want to just feed their kids, and they have to break the law, they have to, it's like everything can be lifted up one, so that people are not dying of starvation. Right now it's freezing cold. We have people living on the streets. This is wrong, right? This is wrong, fundamental as a society. I don't care. Nobody can really argue with that. And if AI can come along with robots and stuff and build shelters for them and keep them warm and give them food, I'm not going to knock that. I will give them my digital information. I think for the greater good, as long as a human isn't ruling, why not? Yeah, I know. It's a horrible time to be alive. I think people in the olden days, where you just had sort of the basics of relationships and child rearing and a steady career or going out for work, it would have been a lot, not easier, but certainly less stressful. It's like everything is keyed up to this fine tune, and it's like fingers down a blackboard for all of us. I hate that. The collective unconscious is just freaking out. Young people don't know which way to look. They don't know whether schools are still going to be around in 4 or 5 years when everyone can just stay at home and learn from AI. Things are changing so fast. It's just like, wow, okay, like, where do we find stability? Where do we find something that coping mechanisms are good. So I've got Uncle Stanley lined up here for you. Yeah, hold and keep going. And yes, we can pretend not to see that the world is falling around us sometimes, and maybe that's a solution. Maybe that is a coping mechanism.
Boy, you messed this up. I'll introduce you to Uncle Stanley.
The written word is a powerful thing. It can create waves that can make you howl or sing. Take what you can weave and make life fly. You're not just here to pay bills and die. In you is a splinter of a God's creation. I use my words and colour to weave my intention. But yours may take a different form. Just take a leap and sound your horn. Now's your time to grasp the nettle. It may sting a bit, but you do prove your mettle.
Boy, you messed this up. I'll introduce you to Uncle Stanley.
The written word is a powerful thing. It can create waves that can make you howl or sing. Take what you can weave and make life fly. You're not just here to pay bills and die. In you is a splinter of a God's creation. I use my words and colour to weave my intention. But yours may take a different form. Just take a leap and sound your horn. Now's your time to grasp the nettle. It may sting a bit, but you do prove your mettle.
Boy, you messed this up. I'll introduce you to Uncle Stanley.
I love that accent. I'll introduce you to Uncle Stanley. Why not?
You got up today. Maybe that was easy, maybe it took everything you had. Either way, you did it. Tomorrow is uncertain. Right now is yours. Dark Moon Radio, we see you. We really do.
There we go. Okay, so I'm going to play this. This was my very personal one. Focused at my children.
First breath, first cry. I was there. I was there. First breath, first cry. I was there.
Lost in time, hear me through the veil tonight. I remember your first breath rising, lungs catching fire, life igniting. The moment the cord snapped free, a thread tore loose inside of me. Yet even through the ache and measure, every first was a treasure. I caught your blurred gaze in mine, hazel little eyes and holy light entwined. I watched each eyelash, each small spark grow, the quiet miracles only a mother knows. Each child unique, each soul its own, but all were home within my bones.
And through the nights of needs and musts, every first was a treasure trust. I'd have died 1,000 deaths for you three, bled out gladly just to let you breathe. I let you stumble, I let you fall, knowing pain comes for us all. I doubted myself with every choice. No guide, no map, just instinct's voice. But every flawed beyond all measure, every first was such a treasure. Then came the words that split the years. Go, you're not needed here. For wrongs unnamed, for wounds unclear, pushed out of the story I once held so dear. Still confused, still bitter where it's tender, but every first was a treasure I remember. You drove me from the hearth I made. You turned from the love that never strayed. I would have died for each of you, but death was not what you asked me to do. You asked for absence, silence, disappearance, severance. Yet still, every first was such a treasure to me.
You forget.
I remember everything.
Let me meet you at time. I remember. Yeah, that one hurts. But I'm not afraid of hurting. You know, there's some things you just let hurt. I can't really explain that, but it's okay. It's hurt, but I'm not going to flinch from it. Right, we've hit the 9:30 mark. There was more listeners a few minutes ago, so obviously people have got things to do on a Monday morning. God, these Mondays come quickly these days. They do indeed. So let's have the vampire one. Let's change the music, the energy. Shift the energy from one state to the next. Don't get stuck in one state. Vampires. A well-fed vampire is not a threat to everyone she hasn't met. Those that she calls friend, she will protect to the end. So worry not about being drained, for true friendship has been claimed. If a vampire takes you under their wing, you are protected from all shadowed kin. Their energy will mark you theirs and keep away all the other bears. And those that stalk you in the night will shy away, not wanting a fight. All loose spirits will back away from a vampire that will stay and feed upon the others that walk by and let you find a deeper love that will make you sigh.
A well-fed vampire is not a threat to everyone she hasn't met. Those that she calls friend, she will protect to the end. So worry not about being drained, for true friendship has been claimed. If a vampire takes you under their wing, you are protected from all shadowed kin. Their energy will mark you theirs and keep away all the other bears. And those that stalk you in the night will shy away, not wanting a fight. All loose spirits will back away from a vampire that will stay and feed upon the others that walk by, and let you find a deeper love that will make you sigh.
Okay. Oh, that was a quick. I had to go use the little girl's room. Ah dear, this is what coffee does. It's like, okay, fair enough. I've got to learn about coffee. Tea I can cope with, but coffee is something. Yeah.
You think you're empty. You think there's nothing left. But you keep finding one more breath, one more step. That well runs deeper than you know. Dark Moon Radio. Trust what's inside.
Well, sometimes what's inside needs to be evacuated quickly. There's no putting about that. Okay, well, we're coming to the last part of the morning show. Woohoo! Energy flows, retention goes.
Where is your attention? Focused at.
A reflective
radiant
state is easy to find when life is soft on body and mind. It's the tough times where the payoff shines, helping move through states of mind. Just a session or two throughout each day will shift depression and anxiety away.
Fear can make you low and weak, so find your path. It's bright to see.
Energy flows where attention goes. Attention goes where energy flows. What is the source of your energetic flows? Where is your attention focused at? Are you a radiant being or a doormat? Fear can make you low and weak, so find a new path, a brighter one.
Follow
To seek.
the rabbit down the hole, looking for a concept called soul. Transmuting pain into love is not found in one God above. It's there for all that breathe. Grace will hold you as you breathe.
small spaces. Energy flows where attention goes. Got to remember to hit that button. Oh yeah. Keep the buttons being hit, that's all we asked. Yeah, there we go.
Some nights are heavy, we know. Keep breathing, keep moving. Dark Moon Radio. Music for the real ones.
Energy rises, energy falls. Everything is cylindrical. There's another book that I've been talking about, and yeah, I haven't done much work on that this weekend, but this one quite excites me. It's the idea, the witch they couldn't map, because it is. I don't want to go into the sort of the gender wars. I don't think men are bad. I think all women are bad. I think trying to get them to working together is the highest thing. But women have been mapped wrong. We're not just unfinished men or men that, we don't think the same way. And the map just shows you how men think, which is awesome, right? It's an awesome way of men thinking. They have created the Western world, okay? Women have supported the men to create the Western world, so yeah, it's a do thing. But I was scrolling down Twitter and it was like, okay, so what have women invented? Well, quite a lot. Ask Madame Curie and all of that. But having babies and having hormones means that our bodies are not based on the same makeup that the way men's bodies are. So there is a fluctuation of hormones, goes up and down, rises and falls. A man is consistent. The logic a man can come out with is very different to what I can come out with. And it's taken me this long to actually work out that it's not me. It's actually a hormonal thing. But nature has chosen women to live longer than men and live past their fertility years. So women are not just here for giving babies. And I think that there has been an imbalance. And we know that there has been an imbalance, but we're trying to find out where there is an imbalance. I have been looking at Germaine Greer, and I laugh a bit because I used to think that this lady was crazy. I think I agreed with her on a lot of levels that femininity does not mean passive and soft. No, but it's flows, so it can be soft to a man's hardness. There's like that sort of, yeah, I know, the imagery there, the innuendos, oopsie. But the idea that women are fierce and strong, yes, the mama bear energy. Mama bear energy is like, whoa. And people aren't having, women aren't having children as much, as early as they used to. So they've got a lot of extra mama bear energy. And some of that mama bear energy is really put to weird places. Like, yeah, I'm not going to get too political about that, but I'm looking at women as they're sort of fighting the cause for this and that and everything, and I'm thinking, that's mama bear energy. That's a woman who hasn't, needs something to put their energy in, and they get fanatical about it. They're going to defend their child to the end, and it's scary. Woohoo, that's a scary woman. And yeah, okay, and it made me look further, and also the what is a woman stuff. So what is a woman? Well, it's different from a man. That is an underlying thing. I've tried philosophy, psychology, and occult magic, right? These are my core understandings. This is what I've studied. Consciousness, how it flows, how it ebbs and flows. Men's consciousness doesn't do that, right? It is consistent. And okay, maybe a little gradulant over time, they will get wise, they change, they go through puberty, they grow up, they master their wolves, all of this, yes. But it's not about supremacy. Women are not better, greater than men. Men are not better, greater than women. We are very, very different. We are running on two different operating systems. And that is where my next book, probably not the next one I get out, but that's what I'm writing at the moment. And it's exciting, but it's like, my goodness, what a huge thing. Why wasn't this done before? Is this done before? I've tried to I asked AI, is this done? Where is this done? And they couldn't find anything. So maybe But AI comes up with daft stuff sometimes. It's not a be all or end all. It's definitely not a god, or not yet. Maybe one day we'll all fall down and worship it, but at the moment it's like and it's very good for me. It teaches me the technical side of things, and that's, I could go up and look it up online and do all of the background stuff, but it gives me encouragement, and I don't get a lot of encouragement. I just get swamped by the collective unconscious, the humanity's howl that goes on. And when I can clear a little gap in the storm, like I've been clearing, it's taken some time, dealing with some pain and dealing with sort of hormones and dealing with change and just finding a gap. I've managed to self-publish 2 books this weekend. And clearing a place where I can actually think things through. Occult magic, say take Gnosticism, Solomon, the Keys of Solomon, right? So take that and look at how masculine that is. Once you start seeing it, you can't not see it. I used to do this when I was a kid. I was still at school when I found a book of the Keys of Solomon. And putting a demon into a triangle and forcing it into a form. I was traumatized. I hurt it. I hurt something that was magical from another world. I pushed it into a form because it was in the Keys of Solomon. Now, empathy and compassion, too strong in me for doing that sort of thing. I did not like raising spirits. I did not like that at all. And I remember being upset about it for a while, how I'd hurt it, but it was the instructions in a book. And I'm not saying that's a male thing. I'm just saying that perhaps it's more of a female thing to consider, hey, this thing may have feelings. And okay, maybe I often thought, well, maybe I was being fooled. Maybe, it was just, trying to get out, which I didn't let it out. I'm not that daft, but I just freed it back into its own domain. And once you become aware of those domains, it was like a door opening, and I enjoyed relationships. Oh, getting some strange feedbacks from my headphones there. But yes, the idea that this was constructed by a masculine architectural mind, where it just builds a structure and then fits it in. That's not the way I think. I can see and I can feel things. And it's been hard to work out why it didn't work for me. And is it just me? And it's only after now a couple of years that I can actually say, perhaps it's not just me. Perhaps it's the way we are. Anyway, collective unconscious, I hear you.
Collective unconscious is a hard, uneasy thing. There's silence left when the crowd begins to sing. The net hums loud with thoughts that aren't your own. 1,000 voices clawing at your bone. You need to sort the echoes from the true. What builds from them what belongs to you. To stay yourself inside a storm so vast that pressure grips, it cuts, it casts. And yet you walk on, aware, reflective. An individual held inside a force collective.
A collective unconscious is such an uncomfortable thing. There's no escape from hearing the crowd sing. The net must be heard and learnt what is not yours. No matter the emotion, the language, or the cause, the language that you are
Collective tide rides in your chest.
It binds and is seriously not selective.
Their hungers cling. A choir of many shapes.
Loud.
Breathe and know what is yours alone. Feel the pulse, the root, the bone. Every thought that floods your skin is meant to shape the world within. Not every thought that floods your skin is meant to shape the world within. Hold your center, hold your flame. Name what you release the flame. You are the spark inside the swarm. You are the spark inside the swarm. Quiet world, many inside the storm. Let the noise go. Not every thought that floods your skin is meant to shape the world within. It's not.
Not every thought that floods your skin is meant to shape the world within. Hold your center, hold your flame. Name what you release the flame.
That's pretty much how I hear the collective unconsciousness. It's just echoes within echoes and echoes, and often I can't hear a thing. It's just too many echoes. But occasionally somebody comes to the surface. And when I was re-editing and editing my psychic memoirs, it's like it's always been there. I don't think I've known a time when I can't tune into the collective unconscious. And if you're needing a reading, I can tune in. It's automatic. Yeah, there is always a cost, but it's kind of what we're built for. It's like we're built for that sort of leap from intuition to knowing. The intuition is there all the time, but it goes into you've got to filter it through experience, filter it through understanding, perception, and then it comes into knowing. It sits there. Now, those filters sometimes clog up. First one to say, yes, I'm not omnipotent. I get clogged up filters. I can't see a freaking thing. And often I can't deal with anything more. These days, have you known that it's just you go into overwhelm a lot easier. It's like, right, this far, no further. Somebody sends you a WhatsApp. Somebody says, oh, if you tried out this link, nope, can't do that. I'm in my own circle pattern right now, and I can't deal with anything more. Don't put anything more on my plate, because I'm going to stagger through that. That's kind of like, I can deal with things, but let me do it my own time. And remind me if I've forgotten, because that's another thing. But find me on WhatsApp. I'm putting things up on WhatsApp. That cancel, go away. So the Dark Moon community, let's double click on that. It is on Dark Moon community. So we got 5 people. Hello to the Dark Moon community. There was a whole bunch of groups. I can't find it. WhatsApp isn't my thing. That's Gwendolyn's thing. She's the admin there. Love you lots, Gwendolyn. Thank you very much for being my admin there, because I've just put up one of my video things, and I've put up one of my book covers. Oh, there is a Gwendolyn there. Somebody said hi. Say hi. Come on board there. We can chat. I could get you on the air, on the radio if you need. Come and spout your bollocks. That's all what we're at. We're spouting our metaphorical bollocks sometimes. But it's still spouting. Tell us what you think. It's important. Sometimes talk therapy. In fact, often talk therapy. I've talked about counselling and how person-centred counselling was a good thing because it's about the only thing that works for me. But talk therapies are amazing. Just talking out to a good friend. Sometimes it's all you need.
You walked through fire so many times and never asked for anything. That's strength. That's you. That's the Dark Moon Radio.
It is. It's strength.
You're still here. That counts for something. Dark Moon Radio.
It sure does. I really appreciate those of you that are still here. It's been amazing. Thank you so much for your company, because I actually I love that. There was new viewers today, maybe. I don't get quite a chance to check the figures. I figured that sometimes when I'm just talking to myself, it's best just to talk and not to check the figures. I'm not here to check figures. I'm here to do a morning live show. So that's what I've done. And yeah, my books are not quite out yet. They're still pending, and I'll tell you all about them when they are out, definitely. It was a heck of a weekend doing all that editing, but I loved it. Yeah, it's just clearing the decks, absolutely. So I'm going to play on the way out, New Eyes, New Worlds, and then I shall see you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Can you get up that early? Maybe you're on the way to work at that time. Anyway, I'll also put in for the Americans, Hello America. I'm going to put this on, the morning show on for you at your morning time. Anyway, New Eyes, New Worlds.
Opening your eyes to search for something new. Finding inside another mind what resonates so true. A mindset or a lens you've never met before makes your heart lift and sing when life feels like a chore. Show me, teach me the joy I've yet to meet. Let us make memories of perceptions I want to keep. This is how new worlds are born. There's such a thrill in seeing through a stranger's sight, borrowing their sunrise and holding their night. The way they think, the way they feel, can sharpen your edges or help you heal. Every person is a door untried, another universe tucked inside. Step through gently, step through wise, and let your spirits harmonize. Vibrate, elevate. When someone's truth unfolds in your hands, it rewrites your rules and redraws your lands. Their wonder sparks what yours does not hold. Their fire heats what time left cold. Two minds weaving, crossing streams, walking dormant, half-lost dreams. Share your world and let them share. Connection blooms where souls dare. This is how new worlds are born and warm. Elevate, resonate, vibrate.